a man would be exploring an abandoned museum when suddenly he would capture something chilling.
O Senhor, ligada o Koiga Ahani, Idadaki Sani, Idija Lagi. After moving to Indian Territory, Cherokee Nation set aside 1 acre of ground for each church congregation. Moravians, Baptists.
Dude, that's so creepy. Why is this? Ooh, that scared me. Okay. Dude, that scared me. I was like, there's someone in there.
At Mount Zion Church, where I pastor, we conduct our services in both languages, Cherokee and English. We have a completely Cherokee audience, and it's all we have a Cherokee audience, and it's all done in Cherokee language. They all sing the hymns that were sung many years ago.
All right, let's go.
A man would explore an old abandoned museum that's centered around the history of the Cherokee Indians that used to reside in the area. The man goes to get a closer look inside one of the buildings, which appears to be a church. And as he gets closer to the building, what sounds like a recording of a man speaking in a different language can be heard coming from inside.
O Senhor, ligada o Koiga Ahani, Idadaki Sani, Idija Lagi.
The man gets his camera to record the inside, and we can see that the place is completely abandoned with a sign that reads, "Closed until further notice," outside the building. However, the man says that this place has been closed since before 2020. So why would there be a recording playing inside the building? The man then continues to explore and finds himself returning back to the church building, when suddenly, as he goes to look inside through one of the windows, a tall white figure can be seen quickly passing by in between the seats. The figure appears to be wearing a long white dress or robe that drapes onto the floor and drags behind it as it walks by. The man doesn't seem to notice this and continues with his explanation, and the footage would end, leaving us and the man to wonder, what exactly is taking place at this abandoned Indian museum? And has he captured a spirit still lingering the church building? Late one night, a family would be suddenly awoken by what sounds like crying coming from somewhere in their home.
Did you hear baby crying? No, I just opened the door. Oh, I thought that's why you opened the door. I heard it crying a long time in here.
A family would be sleeping on a seemingly peaceful night. However, they would be suddenly awoken by a chilling noise coming from a room in the upstairs portion of their house. As a security camera records the upstairs hallway, one of the family members can be seen slowly making his way up the stairs as what sounds like a child crying out in a nearby room can be heard. The cries sound like they're coming from a child in immense distress. However, the cries slowly die down after lasting for about 30 seconds. The man then asked one of his family members if they heard the cries as well, and they said that they too heard the distressing cries. The family member who uploaded this footage would give some chilling context to the footage, which reads, "There must have been something bad happen to a baby or small child in this house. There's also lots of orbs at different times. Also, I've been woken up to nothing, tugging on my blankets, jerking them. Also, my feet tickled my wife. Woke up to a man standing at the foot of the bed, then disappeared. I've seen someone standing at the bottom of the steps very clearly, and also all the time see things here and there. My dad had an intercom thrown off the table. I have also been sitting there and stuff went flying off the top of the dresser the other night. It's always at nights from 12 to 4 or 5, then stops. There's so much more that's happened." You could say that these cries could just be coming from a baby child that they have. However, this family doesn't have any children, leaving us in this family to wonder, have they captured something truly paranormal taking place in their home? And could there be some disturbing history behind their home, causing this strange activity? Late one night, a woman would get admitted to a hospital in Mexico when she would begin to experience an abrupt change in her behavior and an altered state of mind after playing with a Ouija board. During the late hours in Tamaulipas, Mexico, a woman would be admitted to a hospital after her behavior would suddenly take a bizarre turn. The woman would begin screaming and yelling incoherently after supposedly playing with a Ouija board. Witnesses would describe the woman pleading for help and saying that something is after her. However, these pleas of help would be taken over by incoherent screams as people describe her voice changing in an unnatural way and speaking in ways they couldn't make out or understand. In the footage, a person watches from a distance as a group of hospital employees can be seen surrounding the hospital bed in which the woman is lying in. However, the woman can be heard yelling out incoherently as she switches from laughing in a low, growling tone of voice to yelling out and crying in what sounds like her normal voice. Even though it is unclear what the woman is saying, one commenter describes what the woman could be saying as she yells out. From what I can make out, she's saying, "Help me, please. They're going to kill me. Please leave me alone. Let me go, please. I don't want to be here. Please. Save me." Leaving us in this hospital to wonder, what exactly has happened to this woman? And does it have something to do with the Ouija board? Late one night, a group of friends are performing an investigation on a supposedly haunted fire station, and they would capture something eerie.
So, if you're the little girl that people have reported seeing, can you light up the REM pod for yes? All right. Okay. Is it true that you like to throw bouncy balls back to people? If it's a yes, could you light up the flashlight up on the stairs?
Yeah, I like that. Switch it up.
Nice. Is that how you like to play with people? Because unfortunately, we don't have any bouncy balls. We just kind of have this ball. Could you light up the REM pod now if it's a yes, and then the flashlight if it's a no?
You should have told me to bring bouncy balls down. We have some at work.
It's alright, it's alright.
Maybe repeat the question.
What did I say?
I don't remember. Hey, do you remember what he said? Light up the
No. Okay, I think I remember what the question is. Could you turn the flashlight off again, please? Just so we can ask the question and then get an actual response. I'm waiting until you turn it off. Okay, thank you. Okay, so if you like to play, or if you like to throw the bouncy ball back at people, like that's your way of communicating.
Oh, yeah,
REM pod for yes.
You asked this.
Flashlight for no.
Mm.
You asked that, didn't you?
No, I asked if it was the one that was throwing the bouncy ball back to people.
Okay, you can turn the light off.
Yeah, thank you.
A Reddit user on the r/ghost subreddit would upload footage of a paranormal investigation that him and some friends performed on a supposedly haunted fire station. The OP explains that people have reported seeing a little girl running around the fire station, and objects would roll on their own towards the people in the building. However, when the people would roll the objects back in the direction they came from, the objects would seemingly come back. So, on this particular night, the man and his friends decide to conduct a paranormal investigation at night. They sit in a room with all the lights off and use a flashlight and EMF reader to attempt to communicate with the little girl. The man and his friends start by asking if the spirit they are communicating with is the little girl people have reported seeing in this building. And shortly after this, the red light on their EMF reader flashes on, telling them that yes, they are communicating with the little girl.
So, if you're the little girl that people have reported seeing, can you light up the REM pod for yes?
The man and his friend continue with their questions, but this time, the flashlight towards the back of the room turns on and off in response to their questions, leaving us and these paranormal investigators to wonder, Have they captured proof that there is something truly paranormal taking place at this fire station? And were they talking to the spirit of the little girl?
Is it true that you like to throw bouncy balls back to people? If it's a yes, could you light up the flashlight up on the stairs?
Yeah, that's what
Nice. Is that how you like to play with?
Before we move on to our last frightening clip, make sure you are subscribed so you can stay in the loop for the latest frightening findings. And while you're at it, give that like button a spook and check out some other scary videos I showcase on this channel. Now, let's continue. On a seemingly uneventful day, a group of employees are looking over some footage on one of the security cameras in the school building they work at, when suddenly they notice something bizarre.
Мы никого не встречаем. Вот он пошел.
Я к нему как-то уже это лояльно.
Ну так спокойно.
И что на одном месте?
Мы все здороваемся с ним теперь.
Да, я ему говорю, привет.
Видишь ребенок?
Видишь, как ребенок.
Когда выходит на черное, его сильно вообще видно. Снимает. Иди сюда, мы же
Не.
мы забыли вывести, это можно
Вот,
уже на большой экран вывести.
Смотри на большом экране.
Смотри.
Вон ходит, сейчас спустится. Вон он идет, видишь?
Видишь? Вот здесь вообще как ребенок, смотри, да?
Капец, все люди. Ты видишь?
Ну, конечно, вот и в телефоне вот
Да.
оно тоже.
И в
вот он
актовом
написан.
зале их там 3 штуки играют.
О, ничего
вечером.
себе.
Но они летают.
Они
Здравствуйте.
летают, как бы
Они там
играют.
не ходят, они
А
летают.
вон сейчас уже на
А я
стенке,
подошла туда
на
к
стенке.
лестнице. К лестнице. Это включила, ничего не снимает телефон там.
A Reddit user in the r/ghost subreddit would upload footage from a security camera looking over a stairwell in a school building. The OP explains that people passing by this particular stairwell in the building would see what looks like the spirit of a child lingering around the stairwell, and the people would just say hi to the spirit and continue walking. So, on this particular day, some employees are looking over the footage on this security camera, when suddenly, what looks like a small white figure appears on the stairs and slowly drifts across the hallway, only to then vanish behind a nearby wall. One possible theory for this bizarre sight is that this white figure could simply be a piece of debris, or more specifically, a cobweb hanging from the camera lens. However, one commenter points out that this bizarre figure looks as if it's taking physical steps down the stairs as it moves towards the wall, leaving us and these employees to wonder, have they captured the spirit of a child said to be seen lingering in this school?
Оно
И
тоже
в
вот
актовом
написан.
зале их там 3 штуки играют.
О, ничего
вечером.
себе.
Но они летают.
Они
Здравствуйте.
летают.
Alright, that's all the frightening clips I have for now. Thanks for watching, and leave a comment if you got frightened. And while you're at it, make sure to smash that subscribe button and give the like button a frightening experience. Thank you for all of your support, and check out some more of the frightening findings I come across here in this channel. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye!